You don't build muscle by sitting on the couch drinking protein shakes with creatine. You build muscle by training, by showing up, by putting in the reps. And your gut, it works the same way. I'm Erin Harner, integrative registered dietitian nutritionist and gut health coach. And in this video, I'm going to show you what it takes to build a gut that can handle travel, stress, new foods, and everyday life without everything falling apart. We're going to talk about building a resilient gut. First, I want you to stop looking for a quick fix. Gut strength isn't built through a reset, a detox, or some magic supplement. Just like you don't build muscle overnight, right? Your gut needs consistency and effort over time. It needs to be trained to become resilient. You can't build muscle by taking creatine, eating a ton of protein. You actually have to lift weights and put stress on the muscle in order for it to grow. Your gut actually works the same way. If we cut out foods and cut out foods and cut out foods and take away the fiber and remove all the FODMAPs over time, your gut becomes less resilient. It has fewer microbes, less diversity, more insufficiency. Remember, all those microbes in your gut, they have really important jobs. And if we take away the food that feeds them, we take away the microbes. They can't thrive and grow, and that reduces their function. So we need to stop looking for a quick fix. Sorry to tell you this, but the magic is not in a probiotic bottle. It's not an enzyme bottle. It's a whole life shift. We have to focus on gut health, healing from the inside out. Your gut should be able to handle real life, right? It really should. The gut should be resilient. Real gut resilience means that you can travel. You can eat out. You can go through stressful weeks or stressful months like summertime with 3 kids at home, and your symptoms don't immediately spiral. This is what most of the clients want who come to me. They want to stop tiptoeing around food and tiptoeing around life. They want to be able to go out to dinner with friends. They want to take their family on vacation and not have to worry where the bathroom is. They want to be able to eat food before they get on an airplane, knowing that they're going to be okay. So we want to build resilience so that we can improve our quality of life. And that really is the key here. And if you're wondering what your gut actually needs to become more resilient, I want you to take my free gut clarity quiz. I've linked it below this video. It's going to help you figure out what phase your gut is in, what gut type you have, and what the next best steps are for you so that you can get clarity on how to build strength and resilience in your gut from the inside out. Let's stop guessing. Let's start doing the right things for your gut type. Next, think like your strength training. You don't get strong by avoiding challenge. You get strong by moving through it. Same with your gut. When you support it with the right inputs, fiber, rest, movement, diversity of food and produce and colors, polyphenols, resistant starches, fibers, all those things, it becomes more adaptable. That's how it becomes less reactive. That's how it becomes more resilient over time. We have to actually give it the right inputs, not just remove food from our diet. And let's talk about a few ways to build gut resilience. If you want a gut that can handle more without flaring up, you have to help it become more resilient. Here are a few simple ways that are proven to help do exactly that. First, you can eat a wider variety of plants and fibers. Diversity feeds strength. Remember, the more diverse our gut microbiome is, the healthier the gut microbiome. The more it can ward off and keep out the pathogens. The more commensals thrive, those are the good guys. The more the commensals thrive, the more function they have to maintain a strong gut barrier, to maintain a strong mucus layer, to do all those things that the gut bacteria are meant to do to keep you and your body healthy and strong. Things like producing vitamins, for example. Right? They have really important functions, and we have to feed them to help them with those functions. And the more we feed them the right things, the more resilience our gut has, the less reactive it becomes. We can also include things like fermented foods. These are going to add prebiotics, probiotics to our diet. And some of my favorites are really the fermented vegetables. Think sauerkraut, kimchi, fermented carrots, fermented cauliflower, fermented pickles. There's so many amazing ferments, especially if you are more fiber reactive or you have reactions to some of the FODMAPs. Lean more towards the pickles, lean more towards the dilly beans, things that are going to be less upsetting to your gut than something like a sauerkraut. Next up, prebiotic foods, right? Those prebiotic foods are really key. The tricky part is figuring out which prebiotic foods your gut can handle. Garlic, leeks, asparagus, they are so good for your gut. Yet some people can't tolerate them very well. And we've got to kind of work through that and figure that out so that you can have a more resilient gut and be able to eat a larger variety of foods. Just removing them is not the solution, right? It might help you in the short term to feel better, but it is not a long-term solution because it's going to reduce your gut diversity. So we want to build resilience, not just take everything out. Next, you want to expose your gut to real life things, right? Travel, new foods, even different timing. Small doses of challenges can actually build adaptability. It is good to do the similar things each day. Your gut loves it, but it doesn't challenge it. Sometimes we need a little bit of challenge in order to grow. Adding in one new food, adding in one new berry, adding in things in small quantities can really make a huge difference to build gut resilience. Next, we want to prioritize recovery, sleep, movement, stress reduction. All those mindset and lifestyle things, they really matter. And I'm not saying you have to do them all perfectly, especially if you're in a busy season of your life. But what I am saying is that those are reps, right? It's like going to the gym. And the more reps you put in, the more resilient your gut becomes. And the more resilient your body becomes. And the more resilient your emotions and your mind becomes, because they're all connected. Also, there's a difference between healing and maintaining. In my Gut Balance Method program, I guide clients through 4 phases. 3 are focused on healing, and the last one is all about maintenance. But here's the thing. Most people skip the last step. Not my clients, but most people doing gut healing protocols, they skip that last step of maintenance. They start to feel better, and then they stop doing the things that got them there. And just like stopping your workouts after getting in really good shape, you just lose all your progress. Same thing happens with your gut. If you get to a really good place where you're feeling really good, you have to keep doing some of those things that helped you get there. You can't just revert back to where you were before. So that maintenance piece is really, really important. We also see this a lot in the weight loss industry, where people will lose a whole bunch of weight, they'll feel really good, they'll get to their ideal goal weight. They were on a diet or some sort of protocol to get there. They get to that place where they want to be, and they're like, hooray, I reached my goal. I can go back and do exactly what I was doing before. All the weight comes back, oftentimes and then some, because their metabolism is shifted in the process. So let's not do that. Let's get to a place where we're feeling really good, and then let's maintain it. It often takes more effort to heal than it does to maintain. But without a plan to maintain, the progress doesn't stick. So that's something to really keep in mind when it comes to gut resilience. We want to have a plan for maintenance. What are we going to do on a daily basis that's going to keep our gut health happy, keep our gut microbiome really happy? What do we need to do as far as food and diet and mindset and lifestyle factors that are going to keep us on track? I want to tell you a really quick story. So a couple months ago, I was taking one of my kids to school, and he was having a terrifically hard morning, and he was really trying to hold it together. I was trying to hold it together, and there was a bit of a thing in the school lobby. And a veteran teacher afterwards walked over, finally got him to class. A veteran teacher walked over, gave me a hug, and said, "Erin, great parents aren't made by easy kids." And then we both cried. Great gut health isn't made by just doing all the easy things for your gut. We have to move, we have to sleep, we have to do those lifestyle things. We also need to eat a variety of healthy foods if we want to have a healthy gut. We want to have a resilient gut. So we can't forget the little things because they do really matter. And I think about what she said all the time because it's the same with gut health. Resilience doesn't come from ease. Right? It doesn't. It comes from showing up. It comes from learning. It comes from staying in the work. You don't build muscle by watching the people in the gym lift the weights. You build muscle by lifting the weights. It doesn't come by ease. You have to actually do the work. Resilience also requires consistency, not perfection, but consistency. Missing a day of gut supportive habits, it's not a failure. It's not the end of the world. It's fine. Don't even sweat it. But disappearing from your routine for weeks at a time, that's going to be a problem. That weakens the gut microbiome and invites the symptoms to come on back. So your gut needs steady support, especially when life is chaotic. Let's say you're in a period of time where stress ramps way up. We better double down on some of those other habits so that we can maintain a healthy gut, especially if you've had a lifelong history of chronic constipation, diarrhea, gut issues, IBS, SIBO. We don't want it to come back, right? We want to feel good in our bodies. And in order to do that, we have to keep doing some of the things that help us feel good. Oftentimes, clients will say, do I need to take a probiotic for the rest of my life? And my usual answer is no, but how are you going to support your gut microbiome? What are you going to do on a daily basis that's going to support your gut microbiome? That's a different question than do I need to take a probiotic for the rest of my life? So if you can't eat the fermented foods and you can't bring in the fibers and you can't do all these other things, then yeah, maybe the probiotic is a great option. The right probiotic. We have to find the right option for you, and we need to figure out a maintenance plan. If you're in a good place where you're feeling really good, we need maintenance. We need resilience. We need to have a minimum viable plan where you can feel really good. You can train your gut to be stronger. This is all about building a gut that can handle life. That doesn't mean being perfect, rigid rules, or fear. It means a gut you can trust because you've trained it to be strong. So if you're tired of tiptoeing around your symptoms and you want a gut that can roll with real life, start building strength on purpose. Take the gut clarity quiz to find out what your gut needs most right now. The link is below. And next, watch this video where I'm going to show you how to build a resilient gut so that you can feel good in your body no matter whether you're traveling, home, on a plane, train, car, doesn't matter. We want to be able to build resilience in our life so that we can feel good no matter where we are or what season of life we're in. You won't want to miss it.